ChatGPT is everywhere.
What's that?
It's become a mainstream tool as common to use as a calculator now is for mathematics. But there's some confusion out there. Does Google dock your content if it perceives that ChatGPT has been used? Is it really faster to generate content that in turn produces real business results? Hi, I'm Mike Phillips. In this lesson, we're going to answer these questions and more when it comes to using ChatGPT as a way to accelerate your content creation speed. We're going to talk about the context of ChatGPT in the broader SEO profession. We'll talk about some important things you need to get right when using an AI text generative tool. Of course, we'll also cover some pitfalls so you can be sure to avoid them and then give you homework to practice what you've learned. Let's get started. Right off the bat, let's dispel the myth that Google docks your content automatically if it perceives it was written by an AI text generative tool like ChatGPT. This is not the case. Well, then why is there some anecdotal data that ChatGPT content is not ranking as well? The answer to that question is tied up into the way we need to use ChatGPT going forward. If you think back to when you were in school, chances are there was a point before and after you were allowed to use a calculator in math class. There may have been a teacher that said, "You'll never have a calculator at the ready." Now it's a standard app in all of our smartphones. Calculators changed the emphasis of mathematics. It shifted our focus from process to formulation. Instead of your skill being measured by your speed with a pad and pencil, now your skill with mathematics is judged by how well you formulate answers to problems. And then yes, calculators accelerate your process to conclude that question. ChatGPT is the same tool for SEO. It is not a replacement for learning mathematics. Your emphasis is shifted. Your skill will be judged not by your speed, but by the quality of your answer. And that gets to the crux of what we're talking about in this lesson. ChatGPT can accelerate how fast you produce content for your business. This is an immense business benefit. Time is money, after all, and content is king. Taken together, the more quality content you can put out in a short period of time, the greater the impact your business will feel. But notice I said quality content. This is at the crux of whether a ChatGPT assisted article ranks well or not. It comes down to, like that kid in math class who was using a calculator, but not understanding the theory behind the mathematics. You can get to an answer quickly, but if you don't understand or guide what that calculator, what that AI tool can do, you won't produce the right answer. And the right answers is fundamental to SEO success. Let's talk about 3 key ways that you can use ChatGPT successfully and generate the right high-quality answers quickly. Number 1, ChatGPT is an amazingly fast tool. With a simple prompt, it will produce pages of writing much faster than even the most accomplished writer and subject matter expert could do on their own. But that does not absolve you as a writer or subject matter expert from proofreading, editing, and shaping that response. The tool is only as fast as the expertise of the prompter. If you are prompting ChatGPT, be sure to be prompting it from the position of an expert. The old adage of garbage in, garbage out has never been more apparent. If you are not an expert in what you are writing about, find an expert to help you build these AI prompts. Much like you would do subject matter research or stakeholder interviews when you're writing a piece of content, you should be able to do the same research to shape your ChatGPT prompts. This is how you can leverage speed, but give quality input so that ChatGPT can give you quality output. The second way you can use ChatGPT is as an outline generator. Asking ChatGPT for content outlines or social media schedules is an excellent use case for an aggregative AI tool and a great way to get the best of both worlds when it comes to quality and speed. Think of it this way. Oftentimes, writer's block holds back many writers. ChatGPT never gets stuck. Knowing how to ask it for an outline can shape your direction as the human writer producing meaningful content answers. Think of this as a quick start hack. Use ChatGPT to provide you with a list of topics that you can flesh out, or a list of topics that you then shape into better prompts to pull more information out of this AI tool. If you ask it for the top 5 tips in a certain area, it will pull based on what it's learned from the web. But then, based on option 3 in that list, you might take a chance to ask it a deep question now that you can go to a stakeholder or a subject matter expert to help shape that topic. This is how you use ChatGPT like a calculator. A calculator is faster at finding the square root of 240, but it's important to know that you're asking it to do the right work. The third thing you need to remember is that, like any other tool, ChatGPT will take time for you to master so that it produces EAT content. Content with expertise, authority, and high trustworthiness. This is going to be an iterative approach where you will need to practice asking the same question of ChatGPT several different ways until it produces quality results. This requires the mindset shift that it is not a direct plug and chug solution. Don't accept the first answer as the only answer. ChatGPT is a generative AI software, and it will generate different answers for different prompts, even if it feels like you've changed very little about how you are shaping the question. Learning to write detailed prompts is going to become a modern skill for the SEO specialist. Knowing how to give it character length prompts, what to begin with, what to end with, tone of voice suggestions, in addition to topical prompts, are all going to have to become part of how you ask ChatGPT to assist you as a writer. If you produce content like a bot, then bots will replace you. If you produce content like a writer, bots will assist you. I think exploring some pitfalls is a great way for us to learn even more about how ChatGPT works and how you can use it to increase your speed while not sacrificing quality. ChatGPT randomly picks words as it generates its text. In this way, even the same prompt delivered twice can produce completely different results, even if they have the same structure. The result here is that ChatGPT won't plagiarize itself. This sounds great. This is an excellent way to make sure your content is unique. In fact, as an SEO specialist, you can use this if you have repeat content on multiple pages to avoid the duplicate content problem that will de-rank your pages. But this all said is even more grounds for you to be involved as the human writer. Think of yourself now as a manager of a team of very simplistic individual contributors. ChatGPT can produce multiple pieces of content for the same prompt that will all be unique. You, as the manager of this imaginary army of writers, will need to evaluate these for which elements are the best from each one, and then choose to combine them yourself. The pitfall you're avoiding by doing this is just accepting the first result that an AI generative tool gives you. Remember, these are randomized assortments of words, even though they formulate sensible sentences. You don't want to accept the first result as an absolute truth, because it's not necessarily the best way to frame an idea. Think of this as a distributed method of writing. If you were to hire 5 virtual assistants to help you write an article and you gave them all the same prompt, you'd get 5 different articles. But you would want to read each of them to determine which one is the best solution. And you may find that each one has merit in its own way. You are going to take this same approach to managing ChatGPT as a tool. It will produce many pieces of content given the same prompt, and it's up to you to find the best combination. This avoids the pitfall of complacency, and it avoids the pitfall of devaluing what you bring to the table as the SEO specialist. You're a technical expert. Use the tool. Don't let it replace you. The other pitfall that you avoid by managing ChatGPT as a tool in your toolbox is that you will not suffer poor rankings by blindly accepting that first piece of output. The answer may be factually correct, but it's possible that it's not. The writing may be sensible grammar, but it's possible that there's a simpler way. These are the things that you can add because you have more nuanced experience of human behavior than ChatGPT does. ChatGPT is a specific, narrow AI. It generates text based on a prompt, based on a massive amount of data that it has learned from. It's not true general artificial intelligence, where it can formulate its own creative ideas. That means your role as an SEO specialist is now more creative since SEO has come along, not less so. Now that we've talked about some key ways for you to increase your content creation speed and the pitfalls that you should be careful to avoid, I want you to start to practice what you've learned. Start using ChatGPT with the mindset of a manager. Treat it like an army of personal writing assistants. Ask it the same prompt multiple times and start seeing how those responses vary. Get comfortable with that variation and you'll start to see patterns, ways that it varies between each of the iterations even though you're giving the same prompt. Once you understand that types of difference that can occur, you will know whether the first, third, or 15th attempt at a piece of content is the best one. If it's not the best content yet, keep asking because you'll have the chance to pull the best from multiple iterations. Then, once you're comfortable with the way ChatGPT generates text randomly, start using it in different use cases. Use it as an outline builder. Start asking it for a starting point for you to write on your own. This alone can jumpstart your research and early content outlining process, saving minutes or hours in your process. Remember to evaluate these starting points for quality. Again, you could write a great article about a wrong prompt, and it's not going to provide a lot of value for your customers. Lastly, practice taking one prompt and asking it multiple different ways. If you can learn how to shape your prompt to produce a specific variety of outcome, you'll become a ChatGPT master. This means you'll be able to use the tool to generate content the way you want it to, not the way the software randomly assigns it. This is going to elevate you above the masses of SEO specialists who are still producing commodity content. And furthermore, your content will be sure to rank well because you have injected the one thing ChatGPT can't do: understand searcher intent. By combining your expertise and ChatGPT's speed, you will produce a large volume of content that is of great quality. You'll be winning both adages that time is money and content is king. Congratulations, you've reached the end of this lesson. So far, you've learned the important context of using AI generative tools like ChatGPT to increase your content speed. We've talked about a few key ways you can do it best and some pitfalls that I'm sure you'll be careful to avoid. With your practice and the homework, you're going to become a ChatGPT master, using the tool to enhance your expertise and the value you bring as a human content writer. Thank you so much for learning with me. I'm Mike Phillips, and remember, if you produce commodity content, a bot can replace you. If you write with creativity and innovation, a bot will only assist you.